So we finally have the release of Jurassic World Dominion. So I just wanted to give a quick review, give my thoughts on the movie. So I would say one of the highlights of the movie was seeing the Golden Trio return with Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, and Ian Malcolm return to the movie and interacting with the other characters. Honestly, was one of the highlights of the film. Now, with this being the supposed final movie in the Jurassic Park series, honestly, there were some things I was kind of expecting. Not a lot of things I was expecting, but there was like a certain like wow factor that I was expecting, or at least being overwhelmed with this, considering it is going to be the final movie, or at least the supposed final movie of the series. So I feel like this was the farthest away from the feeling of a Jurassic Park movie. I did like the setup. I did kind of like the ending setup in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, where we're getting the dinosaurs out in the open world. But to be honest, we didn't see a lot of that in this film. We saw a little bits in the beginning, but like nonetheless, all the rest of it was kind of held in an isolated area. So really didn't get that much. And they had like kind of a weird storyline going on with mutated locusts in here, and they're trying to solve that problem. It was kind of weird a little bit. I would say another highlight was, I think they actually were saying they used some animatronics on this movie, and of course CGI too. So it was actually kind of great seeing that mixture of CGI and animatronics again. Honestly, looked really amazing, really good in the film. Oh, this movie to me was kind of, I wouldn't say all over the place, but it's like I didn't feel that, it didn't get that vibe of a Jurassic Park movie really to me. Honestly, there was a lot of parts that I felt kind of spy thriller of sorts with dinosaurs thrown in a little bit. Which they weren't really bad scenes, but it just didn't feel the vibe of Jurassic Park. One interesting thing that I saw people were saying was it would have been good if they actually kind of split up this film, or at least made two parts to this film. That way they could have fleshed out and stretched, sort of flesh out the actual story and the actual world of the dinosaurs being in the open world. And then in the second movie, we get like an epic conclusion to it. Honestly, that sounds like it could have been done better if they did that. As far as story-wise, and especially too, I wanted to be wowed and overwhelmed by the end of this film, and I didn't quite feel that way. The third act was pretty good, but like all the beginning parts in the middle and stuff was not necessarily slow, just lacked a little bit. And the third act was good and all, but like, just as a full movie, I wasn't wowed or overwhelmed by it. We didn't really get a big bad dinosaur either, like some of the other films. We did get, I guess we got a bad dinosaur, but it only showed up like maybe twice in the movie. And the epic battle at the end was kind of good, but like, just overall the film, I wanted a little bit more from it, considering it was the finale of this series. The movie wasn't bad or anything like that, but it wasn't very good either. It just left me wanting a little bit more and to be wowed and overwhelmed with it. And sadly, I was